Hello everyone, welcome back to my building review channel. Meticulously placing the pipework below the surface and checking the gradient with a level to ensure proper flow. With the plumbing in place, the focus shifts to the foundation's formwork, which is constructed from large pre-shaped blocks of gray extruded polystyrene foam insulation. Using a power drill, he secures the L-shaped corner and wall sections together with specialized fasteners. He then applies a bead of expanding adhesive foam along the joints of each section before carefully lowering them into position on the sand, ensuring a tight and seamless connection between the blocks. Next, the interior of the foundation is filled with layers of XPS insulation sheets. Each board is carefully measured, cut to fit snugly around the protruding pipes, and laid down to create a continuous thermal barrier. The gaps around the pipes are sealed with more adhesive foam to prevent any thermal bridging. A second layer of insulation is added with the help of a young assistant, further enhancing the slab's efficiency. Grooves are then precisely cut into the foam to house the water supply lines and electrical conduits. Finally, the structural reinforcement is installed. A grid of steel rebar is laid within the formwork, followed by a layer of wire mesh across the entire surface. Red PEX tubing for the radiant underfloor heating system is then meticulously unrolled and fastened to the mesh in a serpentine pattern, ensuring even heat distribution. All the utility lines are neatly organized and secured, completing the complex preparation phase before the concrete is poured. The build progresses with the creation of a reinforced concrete bond beam poured directly into the top course of U-shaped blocks and smoothed with a trowel to unify the structure. Down below, the crucial joint between the block wall and the foundation is meticulously sealed with expanding foam, ensuring an airtight and insulated connection. A series of holes are bored into the ground to serve as footings for concrete piers. A ledger board is first anchored securely to the house's foundation, while the main support beams are bolted onto the piers. An angle grinder makes quick work of trimming the excess bolt length for a clean finish. The deck's framework is rapidly assembled with a pneumatic nail gun, as outer beams and inner joists are efficiently fastened together to form a robust grid. Back on the main structure, a sill plate is anchored to the block wall, preparing for the second floor system. The builders team up to hoist the heavy primary beams into place. The floor joists are then laid out and secured, before being covered with OSB sheathing that is glued and nailed down, creating a solid and seamless subfloor. On this new platform, the second-story walls are framed and sheathed before being carefully lifted and nailed into position, rapidly advancing the home's structure. As the winter air cools and the snow begins to fall, the important task of insulating the exterior of the house begins. Men work on scaffolding, meticulously installing large panels of rigid foam insulation between vertical wooden beams. Each panel is carefully secured, and every seam and gap is sealed with expanding foam. Standing on a ladder, painters apply a protective coat of paint to the underside of the eaves and roof beams, enriching the wood's color and protecting it from the elements. Attention then turns to the roof, where the pre-painted beams are covered with a layer of solid OSB, which is quickly secured with a pneumatic nail gun. To ensure complete waterproofing, a primer was rolled on, a metal edge was installed, and a waterproof membrane was carefully laid, creating a durable, weatherproof base. Finally, the exterior of the house was transformed with flexible brick cladding. A layer of adhesive was applied to the brick wall, and thin mesh panels were pressed into place. At the corners, a final layer of mortar was then skillfully applied to the entire surface and smoothed, acting as both adhesive and mortar, firmly adhering to the brick cladding and creating the authentic look of a classic brick wall. The final stages of construction focus on sealing the building envelope and adding the finishing touches. Windows are carefully installed, with every gap between the frame and the house being meticulously filled with expanding foam to ensure an airtight seal. On the exterior, a cohesive look is achieved, as stained wooden trim is precisely fitted around each window, complementing both the warm wood siding and the light brick veneer. Metal sills are installed at the base of each window, a crucial detail for directing rainwater away from the structure and ensuring long-term durability. The joints are then expertly sealed with caulk, providing a final layer of weather protection. Attention then turns to the expansive wooden terrace, where the construction of the railing system begins. Sturdy vertical posts are set in place, followed by the installation of pre-assembled railing sections, which are securely fastened to create a safe and attractive barrier. A specialized jig is used to drive screws at an angle, hiding the fasteners and leaving a clean, professional finish on the deck boards. The railing is completed with a smooth top cap, glued and screwed down for added strength and a polished look. A major milestone is the installation of a large sliding glass door, a task requiring a coordinated team effort to carefully maneuver the heavy panels into the frame. The final step is to bring light to the exterior, as modern cylindrical sconces are wired and mounted, casting a warm glow on the finished facade. With the terrace railings complete and the lights installed, the house stands as a testament to thoughtful design and skilled craftsmanship. Another project has come to an end. Thank you for staying with us till the finish.